Today is June 30th. The Yankees split a 4-game set in Toronto and talking points galore. We're going to try and talk all about all of them. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. And if you use code YANKS10, you can get 10% off tickets of your choice. Doesn't matter if you've used a code with us before or not. Yanks10 gets you 10% off seats of your choice over at SeatGeek, where they have a good app. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD is here. Yankees have delivered in a 4-game set versus Toronto. I think the most amount of talking points we could ever have on a single series recap, Jake.
James Davis, yeah, how about that? The good and the bad, and hopefully a pivot point that we could look back on a few weeks and think is cool. But there was also an hour, not even an hour, because it was kind of the next inning that I don't know. We wondered if things were going to fully explode, and the Yankees offense did, at least in 2 of these games. So I don't know. There's a little bit of hope. We saw some guys swing the bat decently who had not been. We saw benching. We saw teammates yell at each other. The Yankees somehow finished with a winning month of June. I was laughing because Big Chest Bob Lorenz was like, oh, you know, we don't want June to end. And I was like, what? Like, I've been waiting for June to end for 2 weeks. He was talking about Judge's numbers because Judge's numbers are historically good for June. And I was like, Bob, let's bring it to July, Pop.
I'd like July to come.
Yeah.
June kind of got shitty.
The last 2 weeks were tough to watch.
What's that?
The last 2 weeks have been very difficult to watch.
Yeah. The game with the Stroman yelling, that game, they won, so it's that coats a lot of it. But in general, it was at least if they were to lose, it was at least like, all right, now we got something. Like, because up until that, I just kept telling Katie, my wife, who doesn't care, or really she hears half the words I say, I'm like, not only are they losing, they're getting destroyed.
Yes.
You know, and people that don't watch the Yankees that just tune into us on Twitter and see the emotions being like crazy, or even Trev, like seeing it like, every team goes through losing spells. And it's like, sure, I know that, but they are getting destroyed every game. That's what, that's what the Rodon game 1 of this series was like. Oh my God, it's continuing. Like,
yeah.
So then the next game, they give up runs early again, but then at least there's more than just, we started the game, we got destroyed, the game ended. It's like there's something to discuss here and like chew on. And then it turns into a whole bigger ordeal. And then you get even more as you go with the Soto injury and Cole return. And everyone gets their first. Ben Rice gets his first extra base hit. DJ LeMahieu gets his first extra base hit. Gleyber pops a homer. It was a lot happened.
Yeah, you forget some of the dumb cool stuff that can get you really jazzed up, like when Ben Rice in today's game pissed on that ball and it looked like it was going out. Like, I let out a little yelp. I was like, wait, first MLB home run? That's always a cool one. Didn't happen, saving it for the stadium. Smart. And there he is. But yeah, I think, yeah, because I even some of the other points I want to build off of, like that pivot point of the fighting times and having a lead and seeing like our good bullpen for the first time in a while. And it's like, wait, but we don't fully believe in our good bullpen. So like, how much of a dagger would this be if they have a bad day, which is pretty unfair because they've only had one opportunity in 10 days. So yeah, let's boot scooting and jive with the grounds creeping.
Yeah, one grounds creeping. It's not grounds creeping, but I just want to, because I don't think this is coming up later at all. JD Davis, still don't know yet.
Oh, just knocking out my awards.
I mean, he only played 2 of these. He got a hit. I think he played 1 of the games. I don't know. Just, I don't know you. I don't need to go. We don't need to go deeper into it. Anyway,
that's
grounds creeping. Phil Bickford DFA'd.
Yeah.
They called up the mouse. He pitched in game 4. Dude, what do I care about in this groundskeeping? Ian Hamilton, he's throwing. There's an update on him. If you care about it, go to injuryreport.com. Giancarlo Stanton is moving now. They'll get him moving around, regularly moving forward, and hopefully getting him progressing. That's the quote.
The sand stuff is really funny because I forget. I think it was last series they discussed it, but they said the way they phrased it was like, yeah, this is a 2-week injury, but the Yankees with Stanton are like 4-week minimum now. Like it's like a restaurant where like, no, you can't get that. Like if you want the tenders, you have to get the meal. So yeah, he's on his own personal timeline.
JT Brubaker, for those of you keeping track of him,
Yes.
he's thrown 3 innings. They're having him start, be a starter, but who knows what his role is going to be. And Clarke Schmidt tossed at Yankee Stadium 60 feet and has begun his throwing program. That's a groundskeeping update I actually care about. I think that's all I care about. Nick Birdie, Efros, the Trevino, John Birdie, Rizzo. Nothing. That's worthy.
Yogo out. Jake Cousins back with the big league squad.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to pick him out if he was on the screen with us. JD Davis, I'd get close.
I don't know the bullpen.
Tim Hill, with that much hit on your aunt sex appeal, I can pick him out. But
looks like a guy who's friends with Kevin.
He's gonna,
Tim Hill and Talkin look like good cop, bad cop brothers. Like the movie Nebraska, or the song Nebraska by Springsteen. Like picture those 2 guys as the main characters, for those that know that song. And you're halfway home.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into the games.
I think we have to, and the games are brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Talkin' Yanks, brought to you today by Booking.com. It's time. Summer's here. And that's where a couple of these games have been tough to watch, because it's like, wait, summer's here. I want to watch them get their teeth kicked in? No. But things might be turning around. So you might want to go see them. We're going to see them in Boston at the end of July. Oh, my God. And it's booked all through Booking.com. Whatever you're looking for, the family-friendly resorts or whatever kind of hotels BBD stays at, you can find them at Booking.com. So many choices across the United States for your summer this MLB season. So the right stay can make you enjoy any U.S. city. I do believe in that. Book today on Booking.com, an official accommodations partner of Major League Baseball. On the site or in the Booking.com app. Click the link. Check it out. You're going somewhere. Use Booking.com. Make it easier.
Make it way easier. I got popcorn stuck in my teeth now. That last handful I shoved in there.
Oh, no.
That's. We went to the farmer's market. I'm not going to not buy.
You like what you like. Know what?
I love kettle corn.
At Fangraphs, stop freezing my computer every time I open it up.
Yeah, you got to pay. Baseball Reference is like that, too. If you're not logged in, it's crazy.
Oh, boy. It just closed out the whole string. All right, I'm going to have to burn off the phone. Let's get there. Always have a backup, kids.
Always have a backup to your backup. I'll eat some kettle corn.
I'm ready. Baby Carlos Rodon would hope to get rid of the Yankees' hangover as they check in on Toronto and Jose's twigs and Barrios. Vladdy breaks his twig for an RBI double. and then Rice watches a ball hit the bag. Hey, my UConn Huskies are back-to-back NCAA champs, and George Springer, UConn, he hits back-to-back homers in the first and second inning. Don't look now. It's 8-0 Blue Jays. Phil Bickford coming in from the bullpen. Get back in the pen, Phil Bickford. You see something new every day. Unfortunately, we see another Yankees loss. It's 9-2 final.
9-2 final. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, Rodon, if you're interested. His last 3 starts.
Ooh.
13-17 ERA.
Not good.
13 innings pitched, 20 earned runs.
Braves, Sox, Jays.
Yeah, Sox, Braves, Jays, but yes, those 3 teams. I do think I come up with a lot of fan fiction.
Okay.
I guess I have to start being more clear with what's like a joke.
Okay.
And what I actually think. I don't think so. I mean, I think a lot of people that listen to this know what I'm saying. But there's maybe 1,000 people on Mets Twitter that think that I legitimately think the mound is crooked.
Right.
Which is great. I like when they take a joke that I say, put it on Twitter, and then say, clown. Like,
right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, in a way.
Correct.
You were clowning.
I was
modern,
being silly.
Modern version.
Okay, so this isn't one of those.
Okay.
I think the Red Sox scouted the Yankees very, very well.
Right.
And kind of wrote the story, gave the scouting report to the next couple teams about certain things. Obviously, they were the first team to really blow up their stolen bases thing.
Sure.
And we've seen teams that do steal take advantage of that. And I do think approach versus Rodon or something versus Rodon, sequencing, I don't know what it is really, but I do think like something got around. You could say his fastball's more in the zone. It's too often, too early. I don't know. The results are very, very loud and comfortable. I think that the Red Sox might have passed some info along, not like, actually passed it along, but like, oh, what did the Red Sox do against him? What was their plan? And other teams are just doing that.
Yeah, it's tough to put the scope of this whole chunk of the Yankees season. I don't know. I don't know how to grade anything yet. Like, I need to see the next chapter and a half. Like, if the Yankees come out in July and they look like the team they did the first 2 months of the season, it's like, well, that was the rough patch. Baseball happens. Heck, Heel Rodon, they went through it. Most of the lineup went through it. Thinking of the Braves game, like, he got jumped. Like, we were looking at those pitches, and it was like first, second pitch fastballs, and it was a group of Braves hitters that kind of started the season slow that were kicking into gear. Like Austin Riley had been off to a slow start. He was getting hot. George Springer had been one of the worst players in Major League Baseball the past, up until a week ago. And now he is just insane. Like, he is as hot as a hitter can be. So I think there's some timing stuff that's there. And like the Vlad RBI double to start a game, that's unlucky. But things start spiraling from you, and then it's 8, which you can't make an escape for that. If it's 5 innings, 4, you say, yeah, this ball got down, that got done. 8, we can't really do that. Massive start for him coming against the Reds.
Him looking at IKF after IKF jumped the fastball and hit a foul homer and just being like, what the what?
Not you.
You too?
Not you, pal.
The Springer at bat was it was 4 straight fastballs. Like, DJ LeMahieu was dying for a lefty to give him 4 straight fastballs in the same spot over and over again. Like, that is a slumping player's dream.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think the Yankees, I think Springer got 1 or 2 before this series that got him in order. But, either way, not a great approach.
Yeah. That singular moment, then him staying in, finishing the game. It doesn't redeem the horribleness of his starts, but I actually do think that's going to win him a lot of fans in the clubhouse. And I like that Boone allowed it to happen because what's to lose, Okay, you want him. You're going to look worse.
Right.
If you can't get out of this now.
Right. Yeah, hey, good on him. And every year we find out some of the different nuances of the Yankees. And I don't know, currently we're in player voice season between Soto, Rodon out there. Good on him in that moment, but everything else is so not good. Don't like.
Anything else from this game? Any singular moment?
Well, this was the Ben Rice lets the ball hit the bag. I wish everyone could have seen how much my brain was spinning between like microwave bag of rice and it's too hot and something there. I couldn't find it for the burn, but this is Justin Turner hits a warehouse dribbler down the line, which should be an out and a run still scores, but that was tough. That's a tough way to start off the game.
Yeah. I liked Boone's response to this, where he was like, probably will never happen again. There's thought process to what Rice was doing.
Right.
He was trying to not let the run score. First inning, though, he also put himself in a bad position because if that's what you're doing, you need to be square over first base. So at the last second, or if what you can pick it up, but he was kind of walking alongside of it. So he couldn't even get there in time by the time he hit his bag. It's a guy that was never a full-time first baseman. And he's thinking he's doing something smart. And in the end, Boone's like, you just get the out, kid.
Yeah.
Come on.
Those Dartmouth guys, they always think they know. Him and Brad.
Yeah. Some fucking intensity.
That's next.
Oh, that's next game. That's game 2.
Trent Grisham homer.
Trent Grisham hitting IKF hit by pitch 3 times.
What's that about, huh?
I don't know. Tied like a major league record.
Yeah. This history.
All sliders in the ground.
Yeah, when we posted this video montage of all 3, the first 2 I thought we posted the same one. And it's just like, wow. Good for IKF. He's on a little bit of a heater right now. The beard looks great.
I think he leads all the Blue Jays in WAR.
Yeah. Cook those defensive numbers.
All right. Game 2.
Sure. You say Kikuchi, I say have a little bit of intensity, bro, as the Yanks have lost 7 of their last 8. Stroman gets in some trouble in the 5th with the Blue Jays and his captain. 4.1, 3 earnies for Stroman, and 1 oddly timed berating of Gleyber. Yanks are down 3-1 after 5, but how about 6 in the 6th in the 6th? S-O-T-O, Soto, 3-run homer, and the vibes have changed just like that. J.D. Davis RBI double, a Gleyber bomb. Haven't been a lot of those. Just like that, it's 7-3, but former Yankee IKF and future Yankee Vladdy both go yard. It's 7-5, and it feels like we haven't seen the good bullpen in forever. But Alex Verdugo and the machine is back. A DJ double. Hey, here's another 7 in the 9th. Stroh to Talkin to Weave Dog to Canely to Tim Chill. Yanks win 16-5 final.
The 16 really snuck up on me.
Yeah, that final inning, that's 7 in the 9th.
Yeah, I was really excited for the post game to hear all the answers to the drama and stuff. And I was probably interacting on Twitter because it was a fun night. And then I heard them say 16. I was like, whoa, shit. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. This game, Jake, do you want to? Are we
Mm.
saving like the meat of it for awards? Do you want to address it now? Stroman stuff is what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just spark notify it or give some feelings now, because there's going to be discussion throughout the episode. I guess the one thing I wanted to get across, and I already said it before, is obviously that's a pivot point moment where Stroman's yelling about Gleyber, and there's a little bit of wild irony that that one play was as routine as it gets and like executed at A- level. That to then respond with that 6-run inning. Soto on the 3-0 pitch, he's just an absolute madman. And yeah, I mean, like in our Yankees chat that I feel like people like hearing about that, you know, everyone was open and honest. Like, if the Yankees lose that game, that goes down as a like bad moment and a bad memory. Yankees win that game and it turns into a sick thing. And that's like one of the dumb beauties of sports.
Yeah, I still think it's bad, but they turned a bad thing into a good thing. Like, man, I was actually excited when I read his lips, and it was show a little intensity, bro. Show a little fucking intensity. Because I was worried it was going to be like meaner. Like,
Right.
That's not a bad demand.
That demand's been out.
So I'm actually glad I was able to slow it down and like read his lips and see what he was actually saying, because at full speed, it looked psychotic.
Right.
Like it looked like it was crazy. And it looked like he was just cussing him out without any like, that's almost like when Boone berates an ump and he's like, you got to get better. You got to get better. And it's like, okay, like good message, tough tone.
Yeah.
But players, teammates are going to want that to happen in the clubhouse, not in the dugout in front of cameras. And I'm guessing that's kind of what him and Judge talked about, or he talked about a little bit. Like, they always say that. The fact that he like went down the stairs, then turned left to stay in the dugout. I don't think it's intentionally to stay in front of cameras, but he wanted the teammates to hear. And the messaging it was just like, where's the intensity? We specifically asked Boone, do you need a bad guy in the dugout? Like Phil Nevin used to yell at the guys.
Right.
So it's weird because, like, yeah, I've wanted someone to kind of show this emotion and hold each other accountable publicly. But then also, it's a pretty shitty thing to do to Gleyber. But Gleyber responded in kind. He was also very upset that Gleyber didn't get to the ball to his left earlier in the game.
Yes, that's what
In that inning, which I also don't think was a ball.
Yeah, that ball for me, that's one we're going to know in 2 years or so if we have Gleyber goggles on. Because the other thing, like, Stroman is an incredible athlete. Like, we've heard former teammates of him talk about, like, he's a great defensive pitcher, but, there's clips of him playing shortstop. Like, a lot of pitchers are these big 6'6" monsters that don't have great lateral movement. Like Stroman does. Stroman's an athlete that I think he could play middle infield like decently. That I don't know. That first Gleyber ball, I think there's probably a lot of second basemen that do get there. Again, when Gleyber's right, he's supposed to be an offensive run-producing second baseman, which I'm sure we're going to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, I think even his initial reaction on that ball is just stemming from where the team's probably at with Gleyber a little bit. I mean, the not running to first, the series before that. I don't know. Like we've talked about sad puppy dog Gleyber. I think the team's probably been seeing a chunk of that as he's having as tough of a contract year as you can have.
Yeah. I think the double play ball, I'm with Stroman a little bit. In live time, it didn't look like he played that with matching where the game was at that point in the game. When they show the replay, yeah, it doesn't look slow, but that looks like how Gleyber turns every double play. And I think you want, hey, it's an inning-ending double play when you're at a jam. Like, can we see like a notch up, like a pitcher dialing it up to 99 when they've been at 95 all inning because that's the last strike 3. I still think Gleyber doesn't have that gear in the field. Like, he just has his gear, which is that. I've never seen him make a throw that's like,
yeah,
like he's done that. You would see Didi do it all the time. Like, oh shit, Didi aired that one out. Like, you see infielders do that.
The only way that Gleyber does that better is if he barehands it, but if Gleyber tries to barehand that toss and he drops it, we kill him. So
no, or he times it better. It was really the hop to Volpe.
The footwork's pretty good. Like, I'm okay with the double play.
You're supposed to be coming through it when you get, like, you know, your feet in motion, but that's because of the weird hop from Volpe.
Yeah.
You know, he's just standing on the bag.
His footwork's pretty good. We've got it on our YouTube. Make sure you guys are subscribed there. Like,
but he's just standing stop. Like, you're supposed to run through that.
Yeah, he kind of does. I guess we're seeing it differently, but
yeah.
I don't know. And for Stroman, you can't do that on the mound. I'm fine with the dugout. Like, that's what the dugout's for. It's very Yankees that they're not about it being in the dugout. Because it's not like you said, the intensity on his face. It's not like he's saying, screw you, Gleyber, you need to be better. Have a little intensity, bro. I want everyone to hear that message, and I'm glad he did it there.
That's the saving grace is what he actually said. Have a little fucking intensity, bro. A little bit is fine in those words.
I mean,
and
that's
needed.
That's the question, or like we've alluded to it when we did our live event with Boone this winter, and there was a fan that kind of handled it the wrong way. Yankee fans have been basically trying to phrase that as a question, and Stroman got it out perfectly. Like, this isn't business. You guys aren't the business of the Yankees. You guys are ball players. Go beat them at ball. Play with intensity. Juan Soto slamming his bat in the 7th inning in a game they're up 7 runs because he struck out. Yes.
Yep.
That's baseball and I'll get it tomorrow. No.
Yeah. No, I agree with all that. And then the barrage of, like, DJ gets an extra base hit. Gleyber hits a homer.
Crazy.
Gleyber hitting a homer was great. I like Stroman on the top step. I'd love to go see a video of Gleyber hitting a homer and Stroman being top step and see what it looks like then. Gleyber seemed to kind of just right past him.
Good seeing
Gleyber and Judge's moment was awesome, though.
Yeah. You talk about that because I know how passionate you are about it.
It was just hilarious. I mean, it looked like two people that, like, found each other. Like, they were lost in the cornfield for like a day. And then they just found each other and they were like, I missed you. And like, I missed you too. I'm so glad you made it out alive.
It was two people very relieved with the next steps.
Yeah. Judge was like, that's you. That's you. Gleyber's like, thanks for backing me.
I might not be slumping anymore. You don't have to do a post game talking about how bad the team is. We're good.
It was an awesome little, like, they just stared at each other with such emotion.
Good. Intensity.
Yeah, it was cool. Intensity. Yeah, there was passion.
All right. We got to make a play with a little intensity, bro t-shirt. I haven't thought of that yet. I'd wear that t-shirt.
Have a little fucking intensity. Yeah, I also like that Stroman. I said this and Rucco echoed it on the broadcast. Like, when they asked, were you upset with Gleyber not turning that double play? A lot of guys could say, yeah, it was a combination of a lot of things. I wasn't pitching well.
Yeah.
You know, that was maybe just the last thing, but there was a lot of things. Or people could say, it's no good getting into specifics of what it was or that. Stroman just straight up said, yeah, I thought I made my pitch. I thought that should have been turned. It's like, so I did a little post-game recap for time. I was like, okay, we got demands of intensity and honesty, and it feels refreshing. So what have we been doing for a while?
Not.
Neither.
Only other thing on that play that any Toronto fans are here are going to want to hear you say, just Vladdy was really moving down the line on that.
Well, yeah, he wants to get the fuck out of Toronto and be on the Yankees. He was auditioning all weekend. I appreciated it. You know, it was like he wants the gig, and I appreciate that.
He's on a heater right now, so good for him. The haircut, sure. Like, I don't want it to come off as Yankees or even like just white guy bullshit. I think the haircut looks good. And his body looks pretty nice. Like, he's looking a little more brick shit house in a good way than like shit brick house.
I agree with everything you said. Okay, so the whole team is looking better, and we're moving on to Game 3.
Yes. Who let the dogs out? Who, as the Basset Hound would take the mound against Nasty Nestor. Hey, it's 2-0 Jays again. Vladito, bomb, and Captain Kirk treks out a double. It's 3-0 Jays after 4. Speaking of captains, Judge RBI single. Man, a Yankees comeback would change the tone. Nope. Road Nestor struggles continue. 4.1, 3 earned runs. Phil Bickford gets shaved for 5 of his own and might have a new employer as he gets DFA'd. Yanks lose 9-3 final.
This was disappointing. I was disappointed in this game.
Okay.
Stroman's out halfway through this. No, straight out, right? Didn't start.
No Soto this game.
Yeah, Soto, not Stroman.
Soto
yeah.
scratched.
Soto Stroman, by the way, it's a big thing in Yankee fan like now. Like, the letters are just so similar. I saw some people at the cricket event this weekend that were struggling with it. Like, it's just, it's a thing.
So
Yeah, no, it's right there. It's tough.
well, he's out, so that put a damper on the whole.
Yeah.
We're showing intensity. Nestor looked flat in the first inning. I think they mentioned in the broadcast a little too, like, it just doesn't look there. And then it was just like, we're supposed to be good now. Did you guys not watch the game yesterday?
Yeah.
Like, when a narrative gets written, just adhere to it, whether it's true or false. Right. Just, that's the narrative now. We're showing intensity, bro.
Yeah.
And then they didn't. And that bummed me out. And then I went to a block party, and then I checked my phone. It was like 4-1 to like 8-1. I was like, what the fuck?
IKF 4 hits. Vladdy 6 RBI. Road Nestor continues to be a thing. And yeah, I'm with you on the narrative game. Like, that's how I fill out my NCAA brackets when it's March. Like, if there's a coach that can play his former team in the second round, I'm picking that team because that's just how the world works. But for narratives, I think you need Soto. And I'm glad BBD put that slide on the screen because that that run they scored the other day, that helped change the tone a lot, but it also had Soto miss this game.
And it was very similar to how Rizzo fell on his hand. And how Rizzo got hurt. So I was like, oh my goodness. Like, this has never once been a thing that I've noticed before. You know, the other game Girardi was on in the left fielder for whoever they were playing, Braves. Was that Kalnick? I don't know. Did the play that Matsui got hurt on. And Girardi's like, yep, I watch that all the time now because we lost Matsui on this. Do I got to watch how people land on their hands? Because we've had 2 now that landed on their wrist. Rizzo's hurt. Soto's okay. That's great. Has Nestor made a good start on the road this season?
Oh,
I know the splits are bad, but has he made a single good start on the road?
I'd like to think we could. I'd like to think we could track down like a 6-2. Let's see.
7-2. That's there you go. And 5.1-2.
Okay.
And that might have been his last road start before this one.
Yeah, the Royals.
Man, Nestor just doesn't look the part for me still, but whatever.
That was just a start where he did not have it.
How many starts has he had? Like, that's where I'm getting lost this whole year.
He's had 1, 2. I mean, he's had 9 starts that you can say that's a good start. Like, that's a really strong start. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's been there. Yeah. I don't know.
It's just he technically doesn't have like a dud. Like Rodon's last 3 starts would easily be Nestor's worth. Nestor hasn't given up more than 4 earned runs this year.
Yeah, that is true. So it's weird. It's weird that I don't know what to make of his season.
Well,
I guess
he's
like when
pitched into the
Rodon's getting
5th every
beat like
game.
this, it's like what? It's like, whoa! It's loud in your face, and then when Nestor gives up 3 in the first 2 innings, it's just like a slow, like, okay, yeah, that happened.
And yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of luck or bullpen assist. Like, you know, Jake Cousins strikes out Vladdy and gets Justin Turner out. That if he doesn't do that, that could easily been 2 more earned runs for Nestor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is he exiting with men on a lot?
I don't know about that.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's, what's the other word for inherited? He's donated.
Ooh, he's passed on.
10 runners in
10
his
10 of
17
his
starts.
17.
Opposite of inherit. There's got to be a word here. Bequeath.
Easy with that.
Can't be talking about bequeathed runners.
There's a lot of families.
Relinquish? No.
A lot of families that listen to this.
Gifted? Donated?
Donated's felt the closest.
Bequeathed?
I mean, in like a movie, if someone has a will and you're
Yeah.
gonna inherit Uncle Joe's beach house, like that was passed on to you. I leave these for you.
I leave these for your 10 base runners in the 17 starts. I have no idea if that's a lot or a little.
Nothing to
like,
compare it against.
Yeah, in context of that. Anyway.
Okay.
Block party was nice. This game was not.
It's good. I see a fire hose
Yeah. Fire truck came.
like that.
Squirting the fire hose at everyone.
The fireman that Katie posted in the story with Baby James was kind of a super hunk. So
Yeah. He's a guy that poses for pictures a lot.
wow. Okay.
Like if
Okay.
you like,
Woo.
why is he staring at the James isn't even posing. No one said, okay, we're taking a picture. 1, 2, 3, look. Like it was just supposed to be a candid action shot and he Zoolandered it. Like it was we were pretty weirded out by that. Like what? Why did he do that?
And I guess this is, for some listeners, they'll really like this. And I guess maybe this is a sneaky JM Warehouse ad. Have you seen what roommate Jeff has been posting on his Insta stories?
Of his trip?
His hunks and monks post from his trip to Japan. It doesn't get better than that. So some people
know if I've seen that
understood
one.
that. A lot didn't. Should we
Game
get-
number 4?
Yeah, I think so. Like choosing a preferred power source, it's Cole versus the Gas Man as Kevin Gossman tees it up for the Bluebirds. Top 1, Aaron says, let's not judge the struggling Yanks just yet. 2-run homer, his 31st of the year, LOL. In the second, is the machine back online? RBI single in the second, RBI double in the fifth. How would Gerrit bounce back? A little grindy at first, but a strong finish for 5 innings of 1-run ball. Oh, I like that. It's 5-1 Yanks. Make it 7. Trent Grisham, the independent. 2-run double. Ben puts the game on Rice with an RBI double of his own. Bottom of the lineup bops this game. It's Cole to Talkin to Hill to Majewski. Yanks win 8-1 and split 4 in the Great North.
The independent. Good callback.
Ted Lasso.
Good show. You been watching House of the Dragon?
No, we're finishing up Game of Thrones. We're at the end of season 6 right now. And Jess has never watched. So pretty electric, dude. Like Hodor, Hold the Door just happened. There's some weird stuff, like, I don't know, the creators and kids in the forest, and it's kind of like, okay, this is a lot, but
ended up not really mattering.
But yeah, Khaleesi, like, just kind of spoiler, exclusive. She just like retook over the Dothrakis. There's been some good stuff, so I've been enjoying it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
A nice game 4, because if they lost this game, we wouldn't be talking about shows or hunky firemen or anything. We'd just be crying.
No.
Trying to come up with more excuses like the crooked mound nonsense you did last week.
Yeah, that's on me.
And Cole got through it.
Yeah, I guess is Gerrit getting talked about? I don't know. Probably
so.
not.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we in the office this week, we had like our summit. What's that big summit called? The not the Canine Summit.
Everest.
There's one that takes place in like Switzerland every year. But all the Yankee fans were like, kind of everyone was doing their mental health check-ins. Like, okay, every team has bad stretches. Like the hitting and the pitching going into a funk at the same time is a really bad formula. Like, what's going on? And then we were like, where are we at with Cole? And I kind of landed on I'm waiting until the All-Star break to give a judgment because, we're coming off an injury. He didn't get spring training. And by the way, everyone else was saying 3 or 4 starts, which that's pretty much going to be the All-Star break. But I don't know. I like
4 more starts.
I liked a lot more what I saw today. Today looked just the good Gerrit Cole was there. It was just inconsistent. Like the at bat where he hit Vladdy, dude, he threw some nasty pitches. He had the one cutter that didn't get called a strike, that was a strike. And then he dotted up 2 balls on Vladdy. He had him at 2 strikes, and he tries to come with the up and in fastball, hits him on the hand. Apologizes, like I've been asking pitchers to do. Not even apologize, just an acknowledgement like, dude, I didn't mean to hit you with that projectile object, and we play the same sport as a job.
Meant to strike your ass out.
I wanted to punch your ticket, so that's on me. So I don't know. And the other thing that I liked from Cole today was he had to dial it up early on. That there was 2 runners on base in, I think, the second inning, and he had to kind of hit 97 a couple times. And then, so my concern was, because he did that against the Mets, but then he ran out of steam, and he was throwing those 92-mile-per-hour fastballs that had everyone horrified. So the fact that he was back to sitting 96, 97 again, I like that.
Do you think that Cole apologized to Vladdy because he's everyone's in interview mode?
Everyone be nice to Vlad this weekend.
Yeah. I don't know how much the early inning struggles are chalked up to Cole coming back from injury and returning to form versus Cole working with Wells and then being wildly not on the same page versus Cole played a couple games with the robot strike zone and he's unfamiliar with the MLB strike zone. He has to get reacquainted. And the third one, I don't put a lot of stock into.
Okay.
That was a silly.
No one tweet about the mound. You think any of the grounds crew got mad at you? Like, grounds crew is a big John Boy Media squad.
Dude. John in our office.
Hey, Dorn
told me he went to like a speaking where the dude who director, producer, whatever his title is for SNY was like talking. And someone in the crowd asked, "Did you hear what John Boy said?" And I was like, God damn it.
Wow.
I'm doing a fucking 1 a.m. Talking Yanks recap where I'm pissy, and the context of the whole episode is I hate everything.
Right.
And now it's getting picked out and just, well, whatever. And John was like, he showed all the movies that he frames. So, like, he knows it's avant-garde.
Mm.
But I was like, God damn it, man.
It's tough.
I hated everything. If it's 1 a.m. and the Yankees are losing and I'm tired and there was a 1 hour rain delay, everything I say needs the context of the episode.
Right.
Whatever. But I don't think the ground crew got mad. But yeah, probably.
Coulda.
Probably went out and fucking measured it.
Yeah, like someone kind of had to, right?
No.
Like just a double check. Like there's no way,
It's like,
right?
what if it is?
Someone double
No.
checked. Yes.
No, because
it's big, Jim.
I don't enjoy the Mets broadcast. I'm happy that he does it and that he puts a lot of thought and emphasis into it.
Right.
It's just not for me. I don't want my baseball to look like a movie. I don't care if you like it. Like, it's not but that was real. The mound was a clear joke. And anyone, because Jolly texted me, I had no idea what was going on. And he was like, you see what's going on Mets Twitter? I was like, what? He's like, and I was like, what? Jolly's like, yeah, pretty funny. Like, that was clearly a joke. Whatever.
Now I kind of want to check the mound.
Okay. So anyway, I think Cole and Wells was really actually a thing. Like, they could not get on the same page.
Well, it's a silly sport too that you heard the broadcast talk about it. They got in such a better rhythm like after the third inning. Cole was literally moving around the mound quicker and working more efficiently. Also, a couple Blue Jays put together decent at bats, like the Horowitz kid who's been playing well for them. He had a really good at bat in there. Varsho had a couple good at bats, even though he ends up with a bad stat line on the day. No, I thought this was a stepping stone of sorts for Cole. Like, it felt like he hit the actual amount of pitches he wanted to. He looked pretty good, and the numbers ended up there at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Yeah. 90 pitches, 5 Ks. 5 innings.
Everyone gets a hit of Volpe.
Yeah, I got gripes with Volpe.
Okay.
Not defensively. Really good.
No.
Really good.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of, second half of the show.
Yes.
Great burns, great recaps. Great job, everybody.
It's great. Second half of the show is brought to you by LinkedIn.
Ooh.
When you're hiring for your small business, you want to find quality professionals that are right for the role. That's just a good sentence. Like, yup, that's what I'm looking for. This is where I'm going to put in my bad sentences. Hey, LinkedIn is where the people are, the professionals. So that's where you should go find them. And that's what LinkedIn Jobs is offering. 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. That's about one day. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Yanks. That's linkedin.com/Yanks. Post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply, sure. But click the link. Go on LinkedIn. I just got jazzy because I haven't accepted my LinkedIn request for a while. So maybe that'll be a good ride home for me today.
I've been going on LinkedIn more because Courtney posts about the business more on there.
Yep.
I want to see what people say. But I don't click any of the red bubbles. It's maybe the only place in my life where I feel no need to clear it. Like I text messages, notifications on my phone. Like, I got that. I know you're not like that. Like,
right.
Red bubble, I need to clear it. I'm not touching the red bubbles.
Only thing before we get into the teeth of awards, and I don't know if this is ruining your awards, but do we need to say anything about Chad Green?
Miss him.
Okay.
Almost didn't want to hear about him and watch him pitch. I was giving Claire a bath, and it was on my phone, so it was easy to not watch those pitches. Claire recently switched from formula to whole milk. Constipates you when you do it.
Oh, boy.
We had to pull it out her butt today.
What was
It's a whole
that?
thing. That's crazy, man. Raising a kid, you just do shit you never thought you were gonna do. Just ripping shit out of a butthole. She was very happy for it. Got relieved.
Put this on the best of episode.
Thank you. John Roman in my chat said, "What's up with that IG story, Jim?" I don't know if you saw this. I was at the bookstore.
What's that?
Book called. It's a book. Fucking crazy. I realized I didn't post this on Instagram with any context. Like, look at this crazy book.
Right.
People might have thought I thought it was good. Nuts. All about penises.
Oh,
Like-
I did see that. Yeah.
And I opened up one page. I put that page on my story, and it was like talking about how the scrotum expands and extracts through the weather. Like, what the 3-year-old? I'm not even trying to do like what the political people do, like sexualize or anything. Like, it's not info anyone at 3 years old can even understand.
Yeah, I mean, I
thought it was just going to be like they exist and boys have them. It was like in-depth knowledge. Crazy.
They exist, comma, boys have them. Next book.
Yeah, one page. All right. Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of
the Yankees.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Judge got the double pride last week.
Forgot about
Judge
that.
is really good. All the offensive numbers in this series are good.
Right.
I might do a controversial one.
Like it. There's controversial options.
But you know me, I give out pride with my heart.
Right. It's the pride of the Yankees.
You know?
It's what
Like,
made you proud.
Some people do
You're saying I
MVP.
get mine without heart?
No,
Heartless
no,
prides?
No, you do it, but the crowd always wants us to just do it like who has the best numbers of the days.
And that's tough because we are win the crowd people from Gladiator. So
I'm not with those people. I do it with my heart. Gleyber Torres is my pride.
Okay.
There's many ways you can respond to getting benched and publicly screamed at for lacking intensity by your teammate.
Yeah.
Plenty of ways. And we've seen Gleyber go into sad puppy dog mode a lot. And I think we might be doubled up Gleyber for MFer because that's how bad things got with the intentional sadness and a public display of sadness that he did for the cameras. Well, Stroman stayed in the dugout and ripped him apart for lacking intensity. He responded to the benching and the berating rather well. 3 multi-hit games since being benched. He had a 429 on base percentage and a 462 average. We have some sack flies or something. Yeah.
Sack fly.
But Rucco was all over this on the broadcast. His at-bats were better.
Yes.
He had a single to right. He hit singles when he needed to. He hit the homer. With Cole, he turned the inning-ending double play. And you're like, there it is. That's what Stro wanted. His post game, he stood there and he talked about it. And then him looking at Judge and just the eyes that he gave Judge kind of lets you into the pain he's probably been in and like confusion of what the fuck's going on with him. So it's a good way to respond after a deserved benching and berating. So I'm not trying to, and some people might be upset because they just hate Gleyber now.
Right.
He deserved to get benched. He deserved to get berated. Maybe not for that play, but over the course of the year and his playing for sure. So I was proud of him for responding well.
Yeah, I mean, it was an option on the pride list. And it's, we talked about Stroman and handling that moment. Gleyber has to handle that moment. Like he knows what that probably looked like. He saw what Stroman was doing. That plus having been benched, plus being in a contract year, and I don't know. I guess if I do this too much, let me know. But think about what's going on in Gleyber's head right now, man. This is the year leading up to free agency. If he aced the test this year, if Gleyber had last year an 800 OPS, I mean, we're talking about Unreal money to the rest of us. $80 million? He's a young free agent. That's the big thing. Age
27
matters.
Years old, playoff experience, did it in New York.
If someone wanted to sign him
Up the middle.
till he was 32 years old, 5 years of Gleyber Torres, that's coming in at 15, 20 million a year. He hasn't been that. If the numbers stay like this, you're looking at 1 year, still a really lot of money to every one of us listening. But it changes your whole life's outlook. Push was coming to shove, and as we've nibbled around it between Rizzo, Gleyber, DJ, the Yankees trade deadline, what's going to happen? Having him respond like this and showing this, man, if he can even stay on a heater to the trade deadline, like his numbers could not look awful and we could feel better about him. It could not be like a team need because everyone trying to flip Gleyber right now, not like you're getting anything. It'd be like a Gallo-esque flip, Clayton Beater.
Who's playing second? Who's playing the infield? They don't have any infielders.
Right.
Interesting. Who's your pride?
Let's see. I don't want to disappoint Bob. Honestly, it's Juan Soto. Because if he doesn't hit that home run, none of this happens. Like you just said with today's final game, that we wouldn't be talking about that hunk of a fireman. Roommate Jeff's Instagram, your library books. It'd be sad. It'd be, what are we trading for? And who are they selling? We'll get there. Juan Soto's 3-run homer, man. God, did Stroh need that? Did Gleyber need that? Did the whole team need that? DJ, Ben Rice, it opened up the floodgates, and it was the first time that I think Yankee fans were like, hey, maybe we'll get out of this funk.
3-0 pitch, home run. Just attacked it. Has he had any success versus Kikuchi? Because I think this year Kikuchi had gotten him pretty well.
Let's see. Kikuchi versus Soto. And Kikuchi's usually nails against the Yanks, so he was up until that point of the game.
Yeah, because usually his curveball neutralizes the lefties. Let's see. I got it right here. Oh, I got to log in for head-to-head.
Yeah.
Well,
before the homer, he only had one hit.
Against Kikuchi?
Yeah.
I have with the homer 2 for 8 lifetime. I don't think that one was extra bases.
Single. So, yeah. In your face.
Okay.
Mike Jones on base ahead of him?
You
haven't even talked about Jemai.
Yeah.
Why is that? Say that. He hit a single. Volpe bunts.
Hey, that's Jemai Jones getting on the 9-hole DH classic. Allows Volpe to bunt, which allows that inning to happen. So, yeah. Booney likes Jemai.
Yeah.
Got all of that one. We just posted it. Just showed it on the YouTube.
That inning was wild. All the balls, every ball dropped in front of the outfielders. Just like play in. Okay, so next up.
Your guy Kiermaier at the wall today.
I've learned to love Kiermaier.
Good.
I've learned to love him.
Are you
MFers next up?
Who's
Yankee motherfucker?
Who'd you pick?
I don't know. I'm getting bored of all the normal choices.
Right.
Like, I actually have better conversations, but I don't. I more got to treat MF for like numbers for me.
Okay.
Storyline F for MF is tough when you got Rodon giving up 8 earned, so I'll go Rodon.
Okay.
We already talked about him, so
yeah, that's fine.
Figure it out.
Well, I don't know if this is a good thing or let me check one other guy. You know what? I'm gonna let the monsters on Twitter win for once. I'll go Anthony Volpe. Because this is what I tweeted, and I should give some love on the way through. But I said if Gleyber keeps the good swings going, a lot of attention is going to start going to Verdugo. Because Verdugo's kind of been in a funk for a little bit now. Couple people replied and they were like, hey man, like look at Volpe too. And they're not wrong. Like you said, again, the glove is like, it's beyond where I thought it could get. Said a lot of Volpe's the second baseman. Apologies. He's playing an amazing shortstop. We got a hit, man, and we've done the leadoff thing a lot, and it's one of the most important positions in baseball right now because it's in front of Aaron Judge, who's been 1.3ing for 2 months. It's in front of Soto, who's one of the best hitters ever. Again, this is a dumb way to slice it up, but look at, Volpe's good numbers from this year were still when he was hitting 8th or 9th. That his leadoff numbers are straight up bad. That, I don't know. It's back on the table.
For those that didn't listen to the last episode, I actually thought our conversation about the leadoff spot, Volpe, DJ, was a really good conversation about how Volpe's best skills, not his best, but some of his skills aren't utilized hitting in front of Soto and Judge. He sees a lot of balls in the zone, and he seems to like to work at bats more, and he just can't. So Volpe led the American League with 3-pitch strikeouts in June during this stride where it's just pitch to him, I guess. Like if you have, just throw all your nastiest shit in the zone.
Right.
Don't throw it so it breaks and leaves the zone. It seems like just throw your nasty shit in the zone. And it hasn't been working out. And again, his glove has been great, and I think his skill is great. But yeah, for me, the leadoff spot just doesn't seem to be a fit. Soto had a quote that was like, well, yeah. He's like, my walks are down because I get so many pitches to hit in front of Judge. I think you lead Major League Baseball in walks, or at least he did at one point. But to him, they're down because he's getting more in the zone, which for past years is probably right. But yes, Volpe. I don't know. I think he might just be locked there, but I was gonna not give him. That was the MFer that I was like that more of a storyline that I was. So I'm glad you did it because I'm not really upset with Volpe. I'm just kind of like I don't know if he's in the best spot.
Yeah, I mean, there's the other side of the argument is no one's been knocking at the door. Like Verdugo's been cold. DJ is doing nothing. Ben Ricehive raise up. It'll be if DJ continues to put the bat on the ball, because it was my dream before the season was if DJ looked good leading off, which okay, it's a couple games. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But with Volpe's speed, DJ's contact bat, like it's kind of the perfect flip the lineup before Judge and Soto that you could lead to those big innings. I don't know. I'm excited to ask Boone about it because I know he's obviously going to dance, but like it's something that should be on the table. Like Anthony Volpe shouldn't be broken if he's not hitting great for a little bit, that they're going to move someone up in the lineup and move him down.
Yeah, they shouldn't. That's a really weird, like, opposite version of kid gloves.
Yeah. Keep getting pummeled in front of them.
Get on base.
Yeah.
Like in June, what's his on base percentage? It can't be good.
Oh, yeah, the month. Well, coming into today, he was 237, 256, a 590 OPS for the month.
Yeah.
Can't do that in the leadoff spot.
No. Be good to get on base.
I think those numbers all go down after today. So it should be on the table.
I agree. Okay. My next award.
Hell, your first award.
And then the next one that we give out.
Regular award.
Award. If they're brought to us by someone, that'd be great because I gotta find this quote.
What if I told you they're brought to you by the Yes app? It's the ultimate viewing experience on all devices. Stream games with enhanced live stat overlays on mobile and connected TVs. Hey, personal use, like on the go, something to do this week. Like I had a baby shower I had to go to. It's on the phone. Had a TV going too, so a little double down there. But yeah, if you haven't messed around with it yet, and if you get Yes on TV, you get the Yes app for free. So download it now. And yeah, it's the same viewing experience. Like if that's what you want, you can have that on your phone. They also have some games and stuff. I'd be lying to you if I said I've never done the Yes coins on like what's going to happen this at bat. I've been in there a couple times. So go check it out. Click the link, download the app.
My award here
My left foot
is the
Mm.
damn it, find this.
Let's just find this quote. What's the theme?
Boy Meets World.
Right.
Neck flap, baby.
Neck flap baby. Who do you want to talk about in an award that we haven't talked about yet? And you want to do it Boy Meets World style. How about Ben Rice?
Great job.
Thank you.
One of my favorite scene in Boy Meets World is they're gambling on horses. He goes, who'd you bet on? Neck flap. Neck flap, baby. And then they think neck flap loses. But neck flap wins. And then they both scream in unison. Let it ride. That's just a great moment. Let it ride. Ben Rice looks good. I think after today, his numbers on the small season, 6 games or whatever.
Yeah.
266 average maybe or something like that. I don't know. Good. Some of the defensive plays that are skill, not brain, good.
Yes.
The brain part, we've had 2 now where it's like, you're too smart. Turn that off.
Yeah.
You need to crank that thought meter down. Let's go dumb. Oh, thumbs up. But yeah, let it ride, dude. He looks good. His bats, he's commanding the at bat. There was a 2-2 pitch from Gossman in the first inning today that he didn't swing at. And I thought Gossman made the exact pitch he wanted. That led to an outside fastball on 3-2, led to a walk, led to the first inning, continuing to go. Got 2 extra base hits now in this season. So he looks the part to me. I don't know if he's the August, September through October first baseman, but you only find out if he's that or you think he may be that by letting it ride right now and not platooning him or part-timing him or whatever it is. So, like, let's just get this kid at bats.
And credit to them, they have, and that's what they said. The whole thought process was. Do we call him up now because we're seeing all these lefties? So, like, if we're just gonna platoon him, that stinks for Ben Rice and it stinks for the team. So they've just rolled it out there. So yeah, I mean, after today, 273, a 375 on base, and we saw what a power swing looks like. That was really close to a home run. And actually, I think the at bat before that, or maybe 2 before that, he put a good swing on a ball. It was a pop up, but there was like good power behind it. You could tell he just missed it. I think it almost looked like a similar to Austin Wells left center field. But yeah, I mean, that was my ask was I want to see what a Ben Rice pop swing looks like. Cause if you're going to be a first baseman, we need to see that. And we saw that, and it makes just a little more sense in my head. It's almost like, like Mike Trout is a legendary low ball hitter. Like we've seen so many good Judge swings by now that like you can kind of look for like, oh, if they throw down and into Rizzo and he's hot, he's just going to spin on it. Like, okay, now I kind of know where to be looking for Ben Rice.
I just like him taking.
Yeah.
I know swings for me.
He feels in control.
Swingless at bats.
Okay.
Joseph McFly.
Oh.
Luis Castillo.
Yeah.
Ben Rice.
The big three.
I liked his when Volpe made that great play. Great. It was a good play up the middle, but he kind of triple hopped it.
Yeah.
Like Rice wasn't an issue for me on, I don't even know if he fielded it well, but I thought when they were like Rice grabs it, I said, oh, I had no anticipatory or like, are we going to grab the scoop? Are we going to like reach, get it or anything? He just looked like a first baseman to me.
Yeah, just kind of.
Just nice.
Kept it. Yeah, three hop stuff. Hey, got the job done.
Yeah. So I'm not saying this is in lieu of any big moves at the deadline,
Right.
but I like what I've seen so far.
Okay.
Benny Rice.
Okay. I will give out the Sabrina Carpenter Award.
Please, 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 DJ.
Please. No, Jim. God, it's Boy Meets World theme. Which
She was in Girl Meets World.
She was in Girl Meets World.
Yep.
The spin-off, follow-up to that.
She played the Sean role, the best friend.
And, Danielle Fishel is there, Topanga. They've got their parallels there. And it's going to Austin Wells, who's going to be hearing from Ben Rortvedt soon. Because he got his first time experiencing the Coltrane and what that looks like between innings. It's hilarious. It's baseball comedy of the purest form of Cole in the dugout having kind of a frustrating, just frumpy innings to start. And then I think when he got the double play ball, I'm pretty sure.
How did it tie to Sabrina Carpenter?
Oh, well, because you're the new version. Like it was Topanga. Now you're the new girl. Austin Wells messed with the bull and got the horns today. I almost DM'd him. Austin Wells have been very friendly with us, and I want to say, hey, dude, never do this, but would love to get some thoughts on working with Gerrit today. Didn't do it. Let's let them breathe. Enjoy the flight. But yeah, man, that was funny. And I think when he got the double play, Gerrit looked pissed off as all hell. But I think he's yelling at Austin Wells and he says, that was the right pitch. Which that's incredible.
Dude, just to let you know, if you DM that's such Trent Grisham, the independent reporter talk.
I mean, I have built up enough a reputation as a fool that he would know it's not for honest reporting.
I saw him talk to you at spring training. Treated you like a scab.
We had a firm handshake, but that's just, we're kind of alphas. Like we're both from Arizona. We both like hunting. We both have pretty swings. There's a lot of symbiosis there.
You visit Alabama and have killed some ants.
I cried once because there was a big rainstorm and all the frogs were out on the back road and I was just crushing frogs. And I cried. I pulled over and I cried in the Pomperog secondary lot.
Old enough to drive and you were crying?
It was a slaughter, dude. It was nuts.
So many frogs.
It was disgusting.
And you cried because of their lives?
Every little bump, there goes a frog life.
Oh my goodness, that's a hilarious scene. Like a sad scene from Zoolander.
So many dead frogs that day.
At your hands.
Yeah, that's on me. I may have killed more animals than Austin Wells.
Nah.
You didn't see that frog road.
But he's been on frog roads and he speeds up.
I'd have to ask that.
That's why he's got a mustache.
I'll go. Okay.
Clarke in the chat said, Jake, you're from Arizona? No.
Well,
nope.
Adopted son. I'm Arizona's adopted son.
Tonight on Adoptions Gone Wrong.
No, don't say that.
Okay. Do you remember the first time Cole came to the Yankees and the whole thing was like, is Gerrit going to be his catcher? He always has a personal catcher. And we didn't know.
Right.
And then the first 3 starts, I mean, you probably go back and find awards. We were like, no way, dude. There's no way Gary can do that.
Yeah.
And be the starting catcher. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple times Austin, was end of the inning, let's talk about it, but, we can still, smile. And I think Gerrit was like, no, man, you don't get to smile till this is over.
I mean, how many fake, shits do, Cole's personal catchers? Hey, in between this inning, I'm just going to go fake a shit for the whole,
I got to go. Just talk.
I'm not up till the 7th spot. I'm pooping.
I think there was one time Trevi stepped in and was like, let me talk to Austin. And was like,
yeah, Trevi was translating.
I got
It's insane. It's insane.
It's a whole second job. And it's funny that Higgy was beautiful for it.
Because Higgy doesn't talk or
Higgy's
think.
a listener.
Oh, man, dude. I was doing the breakdown on the Padres.
Higgy's always thinking. That's why he can't get words out.
No, there's no
processing.
I was watching the Padres brawl with the Nats, that stuff for the breakdown. Right. I was listening to all the post-game press conferences. And they asked Higgy. Higgy broke the record for most RBIs by a catcher in Padres history or something like that.
In the month of June. Most homers, most RBI, I believe.
Yeah, and they asked him about that, and he just goes, oh, that's a cool stat, but RBI is kind of a team stat, so it's more about guys being on base than me. And the interviewer was just like, okay. See ya.
Again, slight personal experience. He's a unique interview.
He's the best.
Thorough.
Kinger's also great. Anyway, you're my award.
Yeah.
Please, please, please. My next award is the Ted Lasso.
Oh. New theme.
Season 3.
Okay. Haven't watched yet. I know there's some touching moments. It makes me think you're not going DJ LeMahieu. Or no, I was going to say it makes me know you're not going JD Davis because you're not even familiar with. That I will go DJ. I'll go DJ LeMahieu.
I just forgot he was on the team.
I know.
No one's ever snuck into a party quieter than JD Davis' entrance onto the Yankees.
Well, dude, he walked into the party when, there was just a fight and there's, people crying in the corner and, something was on fire. That JD Davis showed up with a sixer and, still hasn't cracked one yet because he's like, is the party back on?
He's hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. This party's kind of not fun.
Yeah. If my grandma was still alive and she was watching these games,
right?
And I said, what do you think about JD Davis? She would say, what? Has he played yet?
Yeah. Nice double.
She wouldn't know.
Yeah.
What award did I give out? No, I'm giving out the Trent Grisham Award.
Oh.
In season 3 of Ted Lasso, Trent, what's his name in Ted Lasso?
It's Grisham. Is it Trent?
Grimm?
Trent Grimm.
I don't know.
Well, Trent Grisham's name is Trent Grisham.
Yeah,
that one I know.
Trent Grimm? Krim.
In season 3,
good character.
He's so he's out of it, but then season 3, he needs to be in it. He's writing a book about the team, so now he's following them again, and he's more of a main player than
good
a side
hair.
guy.
Wow.
Great hair. And Trent Grisham is going to be playing more with Stanton out. That's basically, I forget it was on air offer. Boone was like, yeah, Judge will get DH spots. Grisham's going to play more. And with every day at bats, He's going to hit more too. I don't know where it lands, but we're already seeing him be part of games. Like he made a couple of nice plays in center field, and they're like Gold Glover, you know. They're like, yeah, this dude's usually plays. He has 6 hits in this series. Now everyone hit, but he had 6 hits, 5 RBIs. So I'm a little excited. He had a bat. He never got any run. Hard to be good when you don't have any run. He's going to be a main player for a little bit here. And let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I kind of did this a couple episodes ago where it was just like, my speech I give and looking at last year's team is like have a skill. And like worst case scenario, Trent Grisham's going to play really good defense at a premium position. And he hasn't been swinging the bat bad. His numbers in the month of June end up being really nice. So before his 2 for 5 today with a couple RBI, Trent Grisham in the month of June, 16 games, 9 starts. So it's thin. 267, 378, a 1.045 OPS. So like, look around at the other Yankees. How much have we talked about Volpe and Doogie and how bad DJ's been and all that? Like, hey, man, I know this guy's going to give me something with the glove. I've really come to enjoy the way he plays center field. At first, I was a little nervous because he looks so nonchalant, and I was like, okay.
But a little fucking intensity, bro.
But he turns it on, and his boredom in the outfield is more so the Rizzo demoralizer. Just like you thought that was going to drop in? I'm not even running. So he's doing it to demoralize the opponent.
Well, he actually is like a big deke guy, too. There's runners on base. Sure. He loves deking like
Huge
he's not going to
deke.
get there, like he's going to get there. Yeah.
I heard it's like top 5 deke.
Yeah. He's as good at deke as you are at killing frogs.
I was going to say Higgy home run contest, but yeah.
Okay.
Are you in on Trent?
What's in mean?
Right.
I think the Yankees can win. And he can help them win in this stretch with Stanton out and Dominguez not around. But eventually Stanton's going to come back, and eventually Dominguez is going to be around in August or September. So
Sure.
At that point, I'd rather those guys.
Yeah. I guess good month. It's funny that he had a couple good swings against lefties, and Rucco was on the call. He was like, yeah, Trent Grisham historically has had better numbers versus lefties, and the Yankees haven't been doing that. It's like, yeah.
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 So what are you going to give your award? What's it going to be called? The DJ award?
What was that?
What?
What do you want me to call the award?
DJ?
You want to talk about DJ?
No, you do.
I mean, I kind of do. He had a couple nice swings today.
What pitchers did he get hits off of? Can we bring that up? If we're
Okay.
talking about him. If we're not, I don't care.
I mean, I could give out an award to DJ. Is that what you...
You give your awards out to you.
And this is pride of the Yankees? How's this getting so confusing? Make It Matter award.
DJ.
Verdugo, he hits that ball to deep center field that, a chunk of center fielders probably don't rob. I think he would have gotten out. It looked like a top of the wall ball. I think Judge probably catches that because he's just a monster of a human. Doogie also got a double before that. So we've got a double down the line, which is Doogie's game. We got the fly out to deep center that if that's a home run, we're probably talking about Doogie a little bit more. I deked you, even though I don't have a big deke like Grisham, but I deked you a little bit there. And I want to throw just a finalize all of this and apologize to Austin Wells. I didn't mention his homer in the burn. Because they were getting blown out in his 9th inning, but like it's still nice. Good for you.
I don't even know what happened. Verdugo. I'm a big storyline guy.
Right.
When they intentionally walked Judge to get to Verdugo in game 3, was that? I don't know. At one point,
so.
I was like, Homer. Doogie?
Yeah. Right.
Like I would have bet Homer ball. He didn't. He put one over. I think Kiermaier robbed it. Pretty upset with him about the pitch clock violation. Really let Gossman off the hook there. And then really acted like it wasn't a pitch clock violation, but it was very much. And strike 3 with 2 outs. Kind of got to just do what Judge and Stanton do and not leave the box.
Yeah.
Like if it's 2 strikes, 2 outs, don't leave the box. In fact, don't leave the box. Judge and Stan don't need to leave the box. Why does anyone need to?
Yeah, I want to double check it a little bit because he also, I think he got penalized just a little bit because he has as bored of a batting stance as you can like kind of have in baseball.
Now he didn't look up in time.
Right. It was tight and it stinks, but
when they showed the replay of it with the clock, it wasn't really tight. Like he was maybe a second and a half late.
Hey, I'll maybe if that sparks him and locks him in, I'll take it then.
Sure. That's my new rule.
That's a good storyline.
Maybe we tell Boone that. Like, hey, if it's 2 strikes, 2 outs, don't leave the box.
Like Judge, I think a lot of his great numbers are linked to his first ever ejection. Maybe Verdugo, it'll be since the pitch clock strikeout.
You got Gleyber since the benching.
Storyline guy.
Since you got put in timeout.
My bracket. You want to talk about DJ?
No. Only thing I want to know is who to get his hits off of.
The doubles were off Gossman today and Trevor Richards the other night.
Okay.
The other hits I didn't look at.
Yeah, hopefully it amounts to hits. I mean, obviously that's not enough to say he's back. But hopefully it helps. Same with Gleyber.
If it wasn't Anthony Volpe leading off on Tuesday, who would you put in the leadoff spot?
Well, is it going to be Anthony Volpe on Wednesday, or is it going to be someone that's staying?
That's your call.
For the homestand or for one day, I guess, are different questions.
Yeah, if it's for the homestand, I would go DJ.
Okay.
Just to jumpstart him and let him see fastballs. Or let him see pitches in the zone. If there was a one game, I'd go Soto Judge.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Ernie.
So DJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Rice looked nice, but then you ruin the balance.
Can't do it.
Yeah. And he's young, so who cares? All right. I'm going to go eat. Yanks did not lose a series. So that's basically like winning it.
Put June in our rear view.
And they won the last game of the series.
Happy
The
flight.
fact that they ended June with a winning record, honestly, I text you guys this, is a big ol' slap in my face or anyone's face. I know they ended like terrible, and the stretch really was terrible. Like I said, not only did they lost, they got destroyed for like 2 weeks straight. But you judge seasons on months. And the fact that that is a winning month of baseball is unbelievable to me and shows how good they are. That they were game over 500, and it felt fucking awful.
Can I read the text you sent?
Blue Jays do that, and it's amazing.
Fact they have a winning record in June is honestly a big dunk on my negative face.
It is.
Sure.
They dunked on me. Like, if we were to tell Boone June was horrible, he'd be like, oh, yeah, that's not what you want. We still had a winning record. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Hey, play better in July, and that June will be none of my business anymore.
only 3 games in Major League Baseball tomorrow because everyone's got to play on Thursday because it's July 4th.
Right.
For those that are interested in scheduling wrinkles, there's one for you.
Okay.
It's like the only 3 games. That's not a lot at all. It's like, oh, everyone has to play Thursday. There's only 3 4-game sets. It's the Mets and the Nationals, the Blue Jays and the Blah, and the Astros and the Blah.
Astros, Blue Jays, Brewers, Rockies, late night.
Nice.
Oh, in Milwaukee or Denver?
In Denver.
He said late night, I figured, but I had to check.
All right. Love you guys. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
All right. I gotta go eat dinner.